How can such a horrific event occur in an unremarkable town? This is the question that haunts the quaint, otherwise ordinary town of Amstetten, nestled in the rolling hills of Austria. A place where life was as predictable as the changing seasons, where neighbors greeted each other by name and where community was the cornerstone of existence. Yet, within the heart of this unsuspecting town, a dark secret festered. To the casual observer, Elizabeth Fritzl was just another face in the crowd. A respected and seemingly normal citizen, he was a man who paid his taxes, who mowed his lawn, who waved hello to his neighbors. Yet beneath this veneer of ordinary, in the very bowels of his family home, lay a chilling truth. Beneath the familiar cobblestone streets, beneath the manicured lawns and picturesque houses, lay a dungeon, a prison, not of stone and iron but of fear and manipulation. For 24 years, this hidden labyrinth served as a horrifying cage for 4 souls. And their jailer? None other than Elizabeth Fritzl himself. This was no ordinary prison, and Fritzl was no ordinary jailer. His crimes were not of passion nor of necessity but of a deeply disturbing nature that defies comprehension. His victims were not strangers but his own flesh and blood, trapped and tormented within the confines of this secret dungeon. In the heart of this unremarkable town, beneath the surface of normalcy, a monstrous secret was being harbored. A secret so shocking, so inconceivable, that it would shake the foundations of this unsuspecting community and send ripples of horror across the world. Beneath the ordinary facade, a chilling secret was about to be unearthed. In August 1984, a nightmare began that would last for 24 years. A respected citizen of Amstetten, Austria, Elizabeth Fritzl, embarked on a monstrous path that would shock the world. Unbeknownst to his community, Fritzl had been meticulously constructing a sinister lair beneath his family home, a cellar designed not for storage, but for captivity. The cellar was not a sudden spur-of-the-moment endeavor. It was a calculated project that spanned years, a chilling testament to Fritzl's forethought and manipulation. Carefully concealed from prying eyes, this underground prison, complete with soundproof walls and a reinforced door, was the embodiment of Fritzl's dark intentions. The cellar would soon become the personal prison of Elisabeth Fritzl, Joseph's daughter. In a cruel twist of fate, the young woman was lured into the very trap her father had laid for her. The bait was a door that needed fixing, and like a moth to a flame, Elisabeth was drawn into the depths of the cellar, unaware of the horror that awaited her. Once inside, the door was sealed shut, marking the beginning of her 24-year-long nightmare. The outside world, with its promise of freedom and normalcy, was abruptly replaced by cold, damp walls and an oppressive silence. Her father, a figure who should have been a source of safety and comfort, turned into her jailer, subjecting her to unimaginable horrors in the confines of the cellar. The initial days of her captivity were marked by confusion, fear, and a desperate hope for rescue. But as days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, Elisabeth's hope began to fade, replaced by the grim reality of her situation. Elizabeth Fritzl had successfully executed his horrifying plan, turning from a respected citizen into a chilling monster hiding in plain sight. The father, who should have been a protector, became the captor. As the world moved on outside, a horrifying reality unfolded in the darkness below. Hidden deep beneath an ordinary house, in a cellar that could barely be called a home, Elisabeth Fritzl and her children were forced to endure unimaginable conditions, their lives dictated by the whims of a man who should have protected them. The dungeon, an engineered abyss, was devoid of sunlight, fresh air, and any semblance of normalcy. It was here that Elisabeth gave birth to 7 children, each delivery a testament to her extraordinary strength and resilience. Their lives began in this subterranean world, a place where the concept of day and night was as alien as the world above. The physical conditions were harsh, but the psychological torment was perhaps even more brutal. The children, 3 of whom were raised in the cellar, knew only the world their father had constructed for them. They were born into captivity, their childhood stolen by the man who should have been their protector. Elisabeth was subjected to relentless physical and psychological abuse. The man she knew as her father became her jailer, using threats and violence to maintain control. His actions were not those of a caring father, but of a monster who used fear as his weapon of choice. Even amidst the darkness, the human spirit proved to be indomitable. Elisabeth and her children, despite their circumstances, found ways to cope. They created a semblance of routine, of normalcy within their confined world. They clung to each other for comfort, their bond an unbreakable chain that kept them anchored in the midst of their unimaginable ordeal. The story of Elizabeth Fritzl and her children is a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity, but it is also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, to the strength that can emerge in the face of unimaginable adversity. In the depths of despair, the will to survive kept them going. Their story, as harrowing as it is, serves as a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of resilience and the indomitable human spirit. In 2008, a life-threatening illness would lead to an unimaginable discovery. A grim shadow was cast over the town of Amstetten, as the truth was about to be unveiled. The catalyst for this revelation was an unexpected one: a medical emergency. One of the children born in the hidden basement had fallen critically ill. Faced with a life-or-death situation, Fritzl had no choice but to rush her to a nearby hospital, an action that would set in motion a series of events that would ultimately lead to his downfall. As medical professionals scrambled to save the young girl's life, they began to ask questions. Questions about her identity, her health, and the strange circumstances surrounding her sudden appearance. The answers, when they came, sent shockwaves around the world. The house in Amstetten, which on the surface appeared to be nothing more than a typical family home, was hiding a dark secret. Beneath it lay a hidden dungeon where 4 individuals had been held captive for 24 long years. The captives were none other than Fritzl's own daughter and 3 of her children, all fathered by Fritzl himself. News of the discovery spread like wildfire. Media outlets from around the world descended upon the small town, desperate to uncover the full extent of this shocking tale. The world watched in disbelief as details of the hidden dungeon and its inhabitants came to light. The reactions were ones of horror and disbelief. How could such a thing happen? How could a man commit such heinous acts against his own family? And how had he managed to keep it a secret for so long? But as the dust settled, the focus shifted from the man behind the atrocities to the victims. Despite everything they had been through, they had survived. They had endured unimaginable horrors, but they had not been broken. The veil was lifted, revealing a tale of unimaginable horror, a tale that would forever change the town of Amstetten and leave an indelible mark on the world. The horrors may have ended, but the scars remain. In the aftermath of the chilling discovery, the man behind this monstrous act, Josef Fritzl, was put on trial. A case that shook the world to its core. It was a trial that would cement Fritzl's place in the annals of criminal history. He was convicted of multiple heinous crimes including rape, incest, enslavement, and negligent homicide. In 2009, the Austrian court handed Fritzl a life sentence, a small measure of justice for the unimaginable torment he had inflicted upon his own family. Yet, in the face of the horror, a glimmer of hope began to shine through. The resilience demonstrated by Elisabeth and her children was nothing short of extraordinary. After 24 long years of captivity, they were finally free. They had to rebuild their lives from scratch, learn to trust again, and adapt to a world that had moved on without them. Elisabeth, a woman whose strength and courage are beyond comprehension, set about creating a new life for her and her children. She refused to let her past define her future. Her children, too, showed remarkable resilience and strength. They'd spent their entire lives in a dark, damp cellar, yet they refused to let their past hold them back. They embraced their newfound freedom with a strength and determination that was truly inspiring. There's no denying that the path to recovery was arduous. The trauma they experienced was unimaginable. Yet, they persevered, demonstrating an incredible will to survive and a capacity to hope that was truly humbling. Their story is a stark reminder of the depths of human cruelty, but also the heights of human resilience. As we reflect on this harrowing tale, we are reminded of the enduring strength of the human spirit. It's a testament to the power of resilience, the capacity for hope, and the incredible ability to rebuild from the ashes. In the face of unimaginable torment, Elisabeth and her children demonstrated an incredible resilience, a testament to the indomitable human spirit.